one of the next questions I was going to bring up is, do you offer any guarantees?
Okay.
We get asked that pretty often. And because some management companies out there will have leasing guarantees or eviction guarantees. And so for us, we just rolled out a rent income guarantee, which basically there's 3 options there. For a qualified unit, you're eligible for all like 1 year's rent up front. And it's about 90% of what the rent would be. There are some fine print things there.
So do they get, what do they charge for that? 10% to give you 100%? To give you the rent?
Well, yeah, so they would give the management company all their management fees up front.
Okay.
And then they withhold about 1 month's worth of rent, this company that we use.
Okay.
For any unforeseen maintenance issues that may come up or bills that could come up. And then the landlord gets the remainder.
And how does that company make money?
So they make they make money on just other fees. Think of them like an insurance company. For them, they bill us, the management company, every month per unit.
Okay.
And we bill the owner. So they're making money. Think of it like insurance. There's not always going to be a claim against all the properties and rent. So they're taking that risk that there's going to be an offset from what they pay out versus what they're collecting.
Interesting.
So to the owner, it's $35 a month per unit for this program.
Okay.
We call it the owner benefit package. And so what that looks like for $35 per unit per month is rent up front for 12 months. It is up to 2 months of rental income. So if a tenant does not pay rent for any reason, they just may not have paid rent, they may have abruptly left. So an early termination of the lease, maybe they passed away or they were called out for military duty. It almost doesn't matter the reason. As long as they've stopped paying rent, you're eligible for up to 2 months worth of rent.
Okay.
And then if we do go through the eviction process, there's a third part, which they call the eviction shield. And you're eligible for up to $1,000 to help cover the legal expenses, which could be our time going to court or court fees and all that. So there's almost 3 layers of protection there. And then you also get a portal. So the owner would get a portal, any kind of legislative updates, bills that may be going through Congress or changes in fair housing, you will be updated live time as they happen. And then there's also a rental analysis. So you can get a certain number of rental analysis every year to say, is my rent where the industry is and what does that look like?
Okay.
So it's a pretty neat program.
I can make a joke about a portal. I don't think anybody wants any more portals in their life, but okay. you got a portal for your portals nowadays. We got a portal. Everybody's selling portals.
Another password.
I don't want another password. I don't want another link. Just tell me what I need to do.
Side funny story. We have a team member who uses LastPass, which is your password database.
Okay.
And couldn't remember their password for LastPass. And they couldn't get into the phone.
The world we live in. Now I get emails from the bank and the title company where I can't read the email. I have to log in. I have to log in to the portal to see the email. Okay. I'm digressing here, but you can tell that TJ and I have a lot of fun with this. We keep it real. So you got a program that, so is there a website where people could go to learn?
Yes. So if you go to rentwell.com / that's the one that leans forward. It's by the shift key on the right.
Yes, it is.
And then it's OBP as in owner benefits package.
OBP.
Rentwell.com / OBP. All the information's out there. We got some fun little videos that explain it. We also have the pet guarantee. Now that's new this year, which is we run pet placement through a process called pet screening, and they get certain paw ratings, 1 to 5 paw. They call it the FIDO score. And based on that, we offer up to $2,000 in pet damage guarantee. There's some, limitations around that, but
Yep.
if there are pet damages, we would cover up to 2,000. And then we have an extension to that where for an extra $15 a month, we would make that 4,000 in total.
Okay.
So those are the 2 guaranteed programs we have going on. And then our third, which we've kind of always had, which was tenant placement. If we place a qualified tenant based on all the criteria, and
Yep.
for some reason they vacate the property, we'll place the next one out.
Yeah. So what TJ means by that is, so we define together who qualifies for a rental property. It's all within the legal bounds of income, credit, criminal. We define that together. That becomes the owner's qualifications. So when an owner can modify their qualifications, don't recommend it, but they have to do it so in writing. And that becomes, just so you know, we're not just putting anybody in the property to collect some money to then have them not work out.
Right.
And then have to do it again and do it again. We would never be in business. It wouldn't work. We started as your local leasing company in 2009, and all we did was tenant placement. So I'd like to spend, I know we're getting near our end of our time here. So you covered the BOSS program. You covered the owner benefits package program. You talked about pet screening. And I think you know the statistic, like what is it? 70% of renters now and probably homeowners have pets. So
exactly. Yeah, there's the number of applicants who are looking for properties that have pets. This is a crazy number, but it's up to 74%. 74% of prospective tenants are looking for that. And pets are the number 2 search criteria, right behind budget. So I know I can afford $1,000 a month.
Okay.
Next thing they're looking for is, does the property allow pets? And real quick, this is why we see an uptick in somebody going online and just paying $100, to have a service animal. Because they're saying, well, you won't allow me to have a pet. I know I can go pay for this. Now you have to let me have the pet, and you cannot charge me rent.
Right.
Of it. So this is another way that we're trying to answer this change in the industry. Is it's a real thing that we have pets. And
can you charge pet rent if they have a service animal?
No.
How does it work? No.
You cannot.
Even with this program. If it's a legitimate service animal, you cannot charge.
Correct.
But this program will determine if it's a legitimate service animal. So if they just did the $100 website, get your card here.
Bingo.
That's what we're flushing out for the landlord.
They actually have, meaning petscreening.com.
Yes.
They have a team of attorneys on staff, like W-2 employees, who look through the applicants that say they're a service or a support animal, and they will actually contact the facility that issued the license.
Got it.
Like, it's a very thorough process. Which is pretty cool.
Nice. Well, we've covered some stuff. Are there any other questions from that list of the bigger pockets?
I think we covered most of them.
Okay.
I enjoyed actually doing an episode. We've been doing this for almost a year now. And this was the first time that we've done one together.
This is cool. We'll do some more. Maybe we can talk about what we're doing on the investing side, on our construction side. But for now, I think we've covered a lot.
Property management fee. I think that'll be a good one to go through.
Yeah. And I'd like to take my workbook and even put it on our website. We do have a lot of calculators on our website that people find value in. So maybe we can get that, demystify this management fee. And I'd love any feedback that anybody else has on management fees. Property management companies, they have to charge when we got started, we didn't want to have to charge for maintenance. And you have to, as a property management company, they all do. Whether you know it or not can be a different thing. We choose the high integrity route and let people know either a flat rate or the percentage of what we're going to need to charge on top of the maintenance, unless they're in a Rentwell 1 rate or there's certain criteria met. But I think that's one of the biggest factors. People get a little hung up on, like, what do you mean? I thought I was paying the management fee, and that includes all the coordination and maintenance. It doesn't. It can't. Or we just have to charge more on the management fee, but then that's not fair if you have a more well-maintained property and you followed our guidance from all the podcasts, and we will spell out how to make money in this business. We only know the crockpot way, though. I will share with people. We are the long-term, do it once, do it right, let the portfolio grow over time. And we hope you've enjoyed this episode of Living Well with Rentwell. Any closing remarks, TJ?
No, I appreciate you making time for us. This was fun. I hope everybody that tuned in got a lot of valuable information.